Oh yeah. This is the after hour bloopers.
We need to put some beer cans out and shit.
Yeah.
Lucky ones.
That's right. What was that show called with Doug and
Fuck, the Great White North.
Great White North? Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Doug McKenzie?
I remember, yeah.
McKenzie brothers.
Yeah, pyramid
Hilarious.
cans. Yeah.
Oh my god, that's
So
funny.
so we're at Dan's saw shop here today in Nanaimo, and that's British Columbia, Canada. And so Dan Richey right here.
Howdy, folks.
He's the carver, and let me tell you what, some of his work is absolutely mind-blowing. The stuff he's been showing me around his shop today, and some of the other stuff that we're going to show you guys later is absolutely just beautiful. And so Dan, how long have you been carving for?
I've been carving for, I don't know, probably 30 years, but I've been an artist all my life, sort of thing.
Sure.
So it's like a different medium. You get more of a three-dimensional look to it instead of painting it on a wall or carving it on the surface, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 30 years. 30
Wow.
years carving big cedar.
Wow, I came into the shop today and there's like chainsaws everywhere. Big ones, little ones, all sorts of really cool little tools and stuff that he uses to carve all this beautiful artwork. So, yeah. Now, so another thing I noticed when I came in here today was different types of wood. So tell me about that, Dan.
Well, when it comes to wood, you try to get a grain that's real tight, so your pieces stay together, sort of thing. So there's two different types. There's a second growth and a first growth. So the first growth is anything over 100 years or more is considered first growth, I would think. And other than that, the rest is all second growth, like 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, 50 years. It's all second growth.
Okay.
So when, like I say from the beginning, is when it comes to second growth, when it comes to detailing, you got two sections in the wood. There's a softwood and a hardwood.
Mm-hmm.
So the wider that grain is, the softer the wood is inside in between. So if you're doing a beak or something that sticks out of the carving, it's more likely to break.
Right.
Whereas first growth, the grain is so tight,
It's hard.
It's hard to count the lines even. So.
Right. So you kind of choose whichever wood's going to be best for whatever project you're doing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like the ravens, once you see them in the pictures,
Yeah.
the feathers on the raven are really thin, so you want them to be really strong.
Yep.
And first growth is always
First growth.
strongest.
Yeah. Very good. And that's it's cedar.
Cedar.
All
yes.
cedar, right?
Yeah, red cedar.
Red
British
cedar.
Columbia.
Yep.
Best cedar. Yeah, and marijuana.
Yeah, right. For sure. You're in BC,
Everything
right?
grows really good out here.
So, Dan, what would you say? Like, I've seen you've done hundreds and hundreds of projects. What would you say has been your most favorite?
There's so many favorites. The biggest challenge, and actually one of my favorites, is the polar bear I did for Northern Ontario, Cochrane, Ontario.
Yes.
It's 25 feet long. It's on all fours.
25-foot long polar bear.
Polar bear.
Out of wood.
Out of wood. Red cedar.
Wow. Whoa.
Yeah, each leg is 15 feet tall.
Wow.
And it was quite the challenge. Yeah, it took me a good 2.5 years to create that piece.
Wow. Biggest polar bear in the world, I understand.
That's what I've been told by Cochrane, Ontario.
Sure.
I
Sure.
guess they could have checked it out in the Guinness Book of Records and stuff.
So Cochrane, Ontario, they hired you to carve the largest polar bear in the world, and they put it where?
It's right at the entrance coming into their town, which is Highway 11, which is the longest highway in Canada, I think, or in the world or something.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, and it goes from Toronto to Cochrane. So it's right at the very end of
Sitting there right now.
Yonge Street. Sitting there right now, getting
Yeah.
all full of snow. Going, yeah, I love the snow.
That's a pretty cool project, I must say. That one sounds pretty cool.
Yeah. There was a couple of good footages off the news. I think it was CBC or something like that. They had footage of it there being put in place and stuff like that. So it was a really good landmark to leave in the world.
Absolutely, that's really crazy.
Yeah.
So like when a 25-foot polar bear, I mean, you had to get that thing out there somehow and ship it. So when you do a project for somebody, you can coordinate the shipping and everything to get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like that was on a flatbed. I had to cut 5 feet off the legs. So
Okay.
was able to get under underpasses and stuff like that. But it eventually got to Cochrane, and then I was flown up there to put the legs back on.
Okay. So you're no stranger to big projects.
No, I like doing the big ones.
Yeah.
It gives me a little more incentive to be able to create something like that big, and it's not as challenging to put the detail.
Right.
When it comes to smaller pieces,
Yep.
it gets a little tedious.
Sure.
I have a fellow carver, Jerry Strolioff from Campbell River. He's another really good artist, but he's really particular with his carvings and stuff because he did a lot of smaller birds when he was younger.
Okay.
So he got right into the detail,
Yeah.
right? So when he does bigger ones, that detail really shows. So to even just be in that category with him, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like I do the Campbell River competition every year.
Okay, so that's like a carving competition?
Each carving competition,
Okay.
they usually have anywhere from 28 to 30 carvers from around the world,
Okay.
all in one spot, and create carvings. And there's prize money and stuff like that.
Wow.
But like I said, I've been probably doing that for probably 20 years. Campbell River.
The competition?
Competitions.
How many times you won it?
Probably about 5.
Five times you won?
Well, first place
Wow.
winnings.
Really?
And I've won second and third and stuff too. So now I'm at a point where I'm just a judge.
Oh, so you judge at the
judge.
competition now?
Yeah, I judge and I'm an auctioneer there.
So after you won 5 times first place, they said no more. You're going to be
That's
a judge.
it. You're done. They'll let somebody else win, which is good, cool with me, man.
That's cool. That's what an accomplishment, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It's, I used to bring my kids and everything. They grew up in that whole scene, right? Yeah, we used to travel all over BC.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It was a whole different way of life.
Interesting.
Hopefully we can do that again someday.
Yeah.
Once everything is back to normal.
Yeah. No more COVID.
Yeah.
So, like if I'm watching this right now and I wanna get you to carve me something.
Right.
I would just contact you and say, hey, I got an idea. I'm thinking about something like maybe, whatever it is.
Right.
And then what?
Well, it's a matter of just coming up with the right carving the person wants, and we both on the same page. And
Like the scale.
the
and
scale,
how
how
big.
and what's going to cost to transport, or
Yeah.
if I have to deliver it myself or whatever.
Yep.
It just comes down to that. And the way technology is now on phones and stuff,
Yep.
we just keep in contact with each other constantly.
Sure. As the
As the progress begins,
Yeah.
we can keep together on what has to be done.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
yeah,
So
anything is possible.
okay. So if I ordered something and you started, carving it, you could actually like send me pictures and progress pictures
yeah.
and videos and stuff, and
Yeah.
I can kind of see how it's all coming together, and
Yeah,
and we can collaborate a little bit.
that's right.
Okay.
That's right.
Huh.
Because there's always something changes along the way.
Sure.
It's like the wood. There's changes all the time, right? You
Yep.
don't know what you're getting into. You don't know what you're getting into until you start carving it.
Yep.
Right?
Yep. Because it's a custom piece, right?
That's right. It's custom.
Right.
One of a kind.
And that's what you specialize in. It's
That's
custom
what I
pieces.
specialize. Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Now, when the piece is finally completed, the carving part of it, then you have coatings or
Yes.
stains and paints and stuff
Yes.
like that. Tell me a little bit about that.
Well, with the if it's going to be an exterior piece, I use a marine varnish.
Okay.
Something that someone could get, unless they want me to come and, you know, coat it, want me to coat it again or whatever.
Sure.
Which is a whole different other part of it. But with every carving, I give a paper stating what has to be done.
Okay.
What's the best procedures of where to put the carving.
Okay.
You know, like if you're you're gonna put it in the sun,
Yeah.
expect the sun to, you know, do some damage
Sure.
to it.
Sure.
So if it's on your deck or
Yeah.
undercover somewhere, it's gonna last forever.
Yeah.
You know, keep it away from the heater so it doesn't crack it.
Yeah.
And stuff. But like I say, it's if you appreciate your art, you'll appreciate taking care of
You'll
it.
take care of it too. Yeah. So you know, you can either send out a raw piece of wood with some instructions on what to use to coat it, and they can coat it themselves.
Yeah.
Or they can get you to do it. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
I can coat it. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can coat all of my carvings anyways.
Okay.
Either way.
Oh, you do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it brings out the colors of the wood.
Sure.
And yeah, it absorbs into it. I make sure I coat it like 3 or 4 times, right?
Okay.
So that way it's nice and coated.
Okay.
And, you know, airbrush some of my carvings as well, so
Okay.
more realistic.
The airbrush. Yeah.
Yeah, so there's the wood look, and then there's the airbrushing.
Right. Yeah, I saw some of your carvings that had color and everything in them,
Yeah.
and like those must have been airbrushed, eh?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Like there's some airbrushing in the saber tooth back there, like in his tongue and stuff like that, right?
Yeah.
You want that to look real.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, we got a little bit more carving to go. Dan's working on this massive eagle at the shop here today, and then he's got a beautiful carving over here of some couple of herring.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. A couple of herons and a couple of owls going on.
A couple of owls going on. So like he's got like literally like 3 projects on the go out here today, and I just happen to be lucky enough to be here to meet with them and
Yeah.
to film them and just, you know, get to see kind of how this whole thing happens. So yeah, thanks a lot, Dan.
Hey, for sure, Brett.
Awesome.
Awesome, buddy.
Appreciate it.
I can't wait to go to Manitoba.
Yeah, we gotta get a carving of some fish. For the lodge.
Yeah,
eh?
for sure. Yeah.
Something like
Yeah,
that.
Yeah. In a canoe.
I'm already my brain's already going.
Yeah, man. Let's do her up.